Hello everyone, today we will be seeing how long it takes to do a flight with a jetliner and a propeller plane in Pilot Trainer Flight Sim. I got a timer on my tablet so we can know how long the flight will be. So, yeah. Nighttime flight, yeah. Heading to Terminal 1. So we'll start with the jetliner. And let's go with a plane I have not flew in a while. And that would be the 707. What should we go with? Classic Pan Am. Yeah. Pan Am. Yeah. Right, we are reversing. And heading to the runway. I wonder why Pan Am's call sign is Clipper. Probably because some Pan Am's planes were named with Clipper, if I had to guess. Anyways, timer has started. Timer will start when the plane is taxiing to the runway and will end after landing or taxiing to the terminal at the destination airport. Reverse thrusting so I can turn faster and easier. Right, taking off. Alright, 43 seconds in. So, if the propeller plane can get a time under the 707, then that means the propeller plane will win. But if the propeller plane's time is higher than the 707 will win. So, we're already a minute and 18 seconds into this flight. As Pan Am Flight 7286 is on its way. Yes, a time-traveling Pan Am 707. Fortunately, Pan Am is not around anymore, but I heard there is a new Pan Am coming, so yeah. But that new Pan Am is only going to operate Airbus planes, no Boeing planes. It'll only operate, I believe, A320s. Anyways, we're doing a nice flight from Grindervik to South Fortuna. South Fortuna obviously being based off of Southampton, I believe. 2 minutes and 11 seconds into this flight already. We can get to our destination in no time with our very powerful 4 engines. Well, powerful 4 engines at the time of the 707. With the newer engines like with the 737 and 777. Yeah. Alright. Bit of a Kai-Tak approach here. That's alright. I also have the reverse thrust on, so we can try and land a bit slower, along with our flaps here. But we're also coming in very fast. Right, we're at 100 knots so far. This is not going to be a good land. Very butter landing.
20.
Yep.
10.
Maybe I can save it. And touchdown. Oh. Oh god, we jump. Oof. Nearly overran. And pause. Alright. So the time for the jetliner, aka our beautiful 707, is 3 minutes and 43 seconds. I'll have to write that down so I'll remember. Okay, so I have it wrote down. So, remember, 707 time is 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Oh, time to do the same flight, just the opposite way. South Fatona to Grindavik. So let's go spawn in our propeller plane. Still, to me, it's very interesting to me how South Fatona is the only snow airport. It's literally the odd airport out in this game. But South Fatona is not the odd airport out. Not the odd one out when the snow comes out. But, of course, we gotta wait for, winter to be back for the snow to come back. So, our only options here are the ATR-72 and the Q400. Let's go Q400. And let's go with Air Canada. I mean, it only makes sense to choose Air Canada because, well, right now we're at a snowy airport. So, reversing now. And yeah. We got a retro airline versus a modern airline. Well, Air Canada was also a retro airline, but now, and when I mean modern airline, I mean like the modern livery. So it's a retro airline versus a modern airline. Air Canada versus Pan Am. Well, not really Air Canada, it's Air Canada Express. By Jazz Air. But there's no Jazz Air logo, so it's Air Canada Express. Doing the classic taxi down the runway, then do that 180 turn for the takeoff. Because, well, there's no taxiway going all the way to the end of the runway here in South Fatona. Also, if we had the Titanic in this game, which would never happen, but it would probably not want to come to this island because, well, there's icebergs. And we all know how Titanic does with icebergs. Not good. So, if the Q400 can get under the 707 time, the Q400 will win. But if it gets over the 707 time, then, well, the Boeing 707 will be better. This is pretty much also like a competition of which aircraft manufacturer is better, Bombardier or Boeing. What? Which will be better, Bombardier or Boeing? A Boeing jetliner versus a Bombardier propeller plane. So, already a minute. It took us a minute to taxi. Now we're already in the air, ready to do our flight. Turn sensitivity on this plane. Very nice. Helps us turn a lot faster. Now our plane is heading to Grindervik at top speed of 360 knots. So not as fast as the 707, which will make sense because it is a propeller plane. But the q400 could have an actual good chance of winning, though. But who knows? Maybe the 707 will win. The q400 is a bit slower, so it's going to take a while for Grindervik to load up. And as soon as I say it, I already see the island in the fog. We're already 2 minutes and 43 seconds in. So yeah. Three minutes in. So if the q400 lands before 344, it will win. But if it goes over 344, then it loses, and 707 will win. Ooh, this could be close. Unless if a disconnection happens, then there's no chance the q400 is winning. Anyways, gear down, flaps. Alright, oh no. Oh no. And unfortunately, we are past 3 minutes and 44 seconds with the q400. And look at that, there's like a small airplane landing, so yeah. Oh god. Yeah, q400 ain't winning. But of course, I'll tell you the time after we land. Very low landing. Went low past the land speed. Oh well. And here we are approaching our airport. Very early landing as well. I am bit rough on the nose gear. And stopping timer. Now. Oh god. Stop. Jump. Well, we landed, and, you guys may not be surprised, but some of you may be surprised. The time for the q400 is 5 minutes. That means the Boeing 707 wins.